Hey gang, Steve from Steve K's Vaping World here with another VapeHaul. But starting with this one, I'm going to kind of kick it up a little differently. Rather than kind of doing a quasi-review, I'm begging you all to go to my site. Now don't worry, I'll still beg you to go to my site. I'm going to basically do this more as a straight up unboxing video where I'll unbox the product and kind of poke around and guess and have no real idea about it. Isn't that great, a review of something I've never used? And then I'll basically go through the first use on it, and that'll be the vape haul. So hang tight, and here we go. Just as disclosure, the Arctic tank came to me by way of my new friends at Vapor Authority, who provided this product for review, though I didn't necessarily tell them I was going to do a VapeHaul experiment with their stuff. Okay, so on the very first VapeHaul 2.0, we have the new Arctic tank from a new player, relatively, called Horizon Tech. Yes, this is another sub-ohm tank, although there is a 1.2 ohm single coil option. This one is not. This is the half ohm dual coil. Bottom turbine coil. There's what it says. Also available in 0.2 and half ohm single coil, as well as 0.2 and half ohm dual coil, which is the one here. So let's pop that little sleeve off and see. I don't see any tape. Oh, nice. Usually there's tape. So that lid pops right off there. We have the assembled tank plus a bonus head. I don't believe anything is stashed under the insert of this little box. Yeah, it's not coming out at all. So, yeah, nothing there. Just the pack-in card. Little instructions on how to fill. Let's take a look. Since it conveniently added an extra head, let's open this up here and see if we can see anything about that right here. Let's see. Get a shot on it. It's got so it's using some nice big slots here for the juice to wick. Now, according to this little sleeve, this head, the half ohm dual coil, is supposed to be rated at 30 to 80 friggin' watts. The 0.2 ohm is 30 to 100 watts. Crazy town. I normally just run around 30, so it's gonna be, I don't know if I can. Not the best camera equipment. This is just a humble little eyesight camera built into this laptop. But looks like we've got dual vertical coils going on here, so they're, I assume, stacked one on top of the other. All cotton wrap around the coil. Nothing, in the coil. Pretty traditional, like your Atlantis tanks and your sub tanks. They all kind of go with that route. So let's go ahead and take a look here at the actual tank. Holy mother of Murgatroyd, this is a ridiculously wide bore drip tip. Although if you pull it off, it's got more of a traditional sized opening under that. But still, this is like huge. Okay, let's set that down. Let's unscrew everything. Let's see, before I do that, we've got the traditional kind of slot bottom airflow control. Nothing surprising here. It's where the head sits. I do like to make sure they're screwed on good, and this one was a little loose. So we've got the little bracing built in there, so this whole thing is one part of the unit. Then the top here, actually, there is likely a way to unscrew this, but see, this is the fun of doing a first look, because normally, I get them, I play with them a little bit, and I can talk about them. But this is a fun experiment. Let's get ahead and go to use. So what you always want to do on any of these bad boys that have the cotton wicks pre-installed, pre-wash or pre-soak your wick. So we'll just drip some liquid down in here. Just a little bit. Just make sure the cotton's kind of ready to absorb. Good stuff. Okay, let that soak in for a second. Okay, and we'll go ahead and fill up. Now this is actually a little tricky because there are, like a lot of the other ones I use, the whole thing comes off and it's just the stem, so it's pretty easy to get liquid down here. This just kind of, as a result, as you can see, just has those sort of narrow slots right there. So a little bit of care going into filling them, not too bad. see, so we'll just do that. All right, screw it together. Give that a second just to kind of help that stuff absorb. Put the jumbo drip tip back on here. See, it holds good, but it doesn't, you don't really feel a good click like you do on some of them. Open up the, I'm looking at the airflows here. God, how many are there? A ton. 1, 2, 3, like 4, evenly spaced around 4 slots in this kind of ring thing here. So you can adjust. So it's all just one size slot underneath. So basically you cover it with the outer slot however you want. Of course I'm going to do this one wide open. Now, not being completely insane, I'm not going to start at 80 watts. You always kind of want to let it sit, and I'd be interested if this can do it because I haven't found one yet that goes to that. Okay, I'm starting at 30. This is the SmokeTech X Pro M80 Plus. Let's see, hopefully I've been using this all day. This thing has a ginormous battery, which is nice, but we should have enough juice to get us through our little playtime here. Let's load it up, hit the button, and it's ringing in at right at 0.49 ohms, so pretty close onto the 5 ohms they promise. 30 watts, let's check it out. So yeah, it's actually feels kind of light at the 30 watts, I have to admit. Let me take another puff or two here. Yeah, so it's definitely not, excuse me, it's not this. I've actually got a cold while I'm doing this. Brilliant, right? Yeah, it doesn't feel as heavy, I guess is a good word, as some of your more traditional tanks do at 30 watts. Let's just go right up to 50 here. 45. How about 40? 42.2. So I'm done messing with this. Okay, let's crank it up another 12 watts, see what we get. Okay, definitely warmer vapor. I get a little more of the flavor too. Of course, that could just be it absorbing a little better. I see some bubbles coming up, so I'm kind of stalling here, just making sure that cotton's good and saturated before I keep walking it up the wattage scale here. So let's go ahead and learn how to use an APB. So let's get this to hop up around 50. Okay, after the myriad interruptions there, I've got this walked up to 51.4. Also gave it plenty of time to soak. Let's take a puff. Oh wow, you can tell the vapor's getting denser just looking at it, I think, and you definitely feel that in the flavor. It's actually, this is probably the first thing I've run this hot. Like I said, normally I like to stick around 30. Well, heck, let's do something around 70. Well, you know what? Let's just go for broke so you don't sit here for 30 minutes watching me try to crank this up. Tell you what, we'll do 74.7. All right, a little compromise. Won't take it quite up to 80. That's got some burnt to it. It's not, didn't really taste like cotton burn. I think it's actually the liquid. Can't handle that much heat. Let's see. Yeah, we're running 6.4 volts through this thing, through a half ohm pair of coils. I think it's a little overkill, to be perfectly honest. Let me back it down. So I'm thinking 50 might be good. Let me take it down. So yeah, let me take this down to about 60 and see where we're at. This might be a little bit tainted now. Close. I like this sometimes when it happens. Just close the vents, just to make sure we are well saturated. Yeah, so that works a little better. It didn't start going sideways on me like it was up at 75. I don't know if I would cruise at 60. I'd probably keep it personally, yeah, down 50, even 40. Probably what I'll want to do for the written review. Haha, you're going to have to come read the written review. is, yeah, I'll kind of use it longer term at like say 60 and see how it holds up. All right, I'm gonna hop off now. Let me know what you think of the new concept here. If it's better, worse, something in between. Um, yeah, still got the fish, so we're cool there, right? All right, I'll catch y'all later. This was Steve of Steve K's Vape.